A Valley Center family is grieving tonight following the sudden death of their father, who was stung by bees in his yard. 10 News reporter Preston Phillips is live in Valley Center with the last conversation that he had with his son just before he passed. Preston.
Well, Kim, I'm standing a few hundred feet from where Bruce Umland was stung by those bees, and his daughter tells me health problems may have contributed to his death since he was not allergic to bees. She says he'd been complaining of feeling weak for several days, was on medication, and also suffered from heart problems.
Hasn't been allergic his whole life.
Jamie Umland was with his father, 67-year-old Bruce Umland, when he was stung by at least 3 bees just before 2 this afternoon. His father had been burning a pile of brush that had been on the property for years. No idea a beehive full of bees was inside.
Next thing I know, he's stung a couple times, not feeling good, and it was downhill from there.
Jamie says it took paramedics about 20 minutes to arrive.
When you need them, they don't come fast enough.
During that time, Jamie tried to save his father's life.
I was performing the CPR and pumping on his chest and blowing in his mouth for a good half an hour by myself, with nobody around.
Before Bruce, who was surprised he'd been stung, lost consciousness, he and his son had one last very brief conversation.
And I said, well, let's hope it was an Africanized bee. And he said, oh, it's not one of those. And that was that.
After a yellow tarp was placed over his body, his family gathered around, crying, consoling one another in front of the house they've lived in for 17 years. A man loved by many who will be greatly missed.
Had a bunch of siblings, and we're all going to miss him. He was a good, hard-working Christian, cared about everyone, empathy towards all people.
Still unclear what kind of bees Bruce Umland was stung by. An autopsy may provide further details. The San Diego County Medical Examiner's Office will take the investigation from here. Reporting live tonight from Valley Center, Preston Phillips, 10 News.
All right, Preston.